Mr. Nadituk, thank you so much for joining us. These are hard times, and all Muslim Ummah is standing with the people of Palestine. Now, Israeli Prime Minister has denied ceasefire again. So, what is the current situation in Gaza right now?
Assalamu alaikum. Thanks a lot for giving me the opportunity to be your guest today. Actually, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is losing the war because he is only attacking civilians' targets. He didn't reach anything what he was looking for. Palestinian groups still, freedom fighters still send missiles from Gaza, which is, you can't compare, of course, that missiles with the Israelis one, because it is local made, and it is not that strong, but it is giving a message for Israel that if you attack us, we can attack you. We have the right of defense of ourselves, of our people, our buildings, our homeland. And the message of Israel is that they are not doing what they are looking for, because the Muslims still, until now, even when they are attacked everywhere in Gaza, they are losing the war, and they didn't reach anything what we are doing about it. And the war become a nightmare for them more than it is for us.
Forces are targeting hospitals and healthcare facilities in Gaza. There are reports that COVID-19 situation is worsening. What is your comment on this situation?
For red fire, actually, it is needed for stop the bleeding of our Palestinian people. Stop the Israelis' criminal actions against our people in Gaza Strip. But it's not going to be in any price. It's not going to be for free. We need to be sure that Israel will pay the price of its own criminal action against our people. It's just, as we said, it is targeting only civilians, targeting homes, towers, buildings, which all civilians, civilian buildings. And it will ask later on donors countries to rebuild these buildings, rebuild all this our infrastructure, and she will pay nothing, okay? And she is using bombs and aircraft, giving for free for them, for the Americans. So Israel lose nothing, only we are lose. So we need first to see Israel pay the price of its criminal actions, and on the other hand, we need to raise fire under the lead of international society.
Yes, Mr. Nadir, there is a news that US President Joe Biden has recently called Israeli PM Netanyahu, and during the conversation, he was supportive of ceasefire. But on the other hand, he is vetoing resolutions on ceasefire. Why US is having a double face? On one hand, they are supporting ceasefire while interacting with Israeli PM, while on the other hand, when there is a practical thing, they are doing totally against it. What is the position of Palestine at the international level? How do you see the double face of US?
American situation is same what they are acting since 1948 until now, blindly supporting Israelis in their criminal actions against the Palestinian people. Mr. Biden said all the time that only states have the right to defend themselves. According to that, because our state completely under the Israeli occupation. According to Mr. Biden, we don't have the right to defend ourselves. We don't have the right to defend our people. And we like to remind Mr. Biden that the human rights and international laws exist to defend the people, defend the humans being, not defend only states. So according to that, we like Mr. Biden to this is a test for Mr. Biden, because usually his group usually have a propaganda speech about the human rights, about democracy, and etc., etc. Actually, this test is, if he keeps speaking in this way about Palestinian and Israelis, in this way, he will lose the test, and he will, I think he will not dream about next to be elected again as the president of the United States.
Mr. Nadir, is government and people, are they satisfied with the performance of OIC and Arab League?
Our government, our president, our people appreciate what OIC countries doing and supporting for Palestinian people and the Palestine case. But we are needing more and more. We need lobbying more in the United Nations to make Israel go to International Criminal Court. We need more actions to see Israel pay the price of their criminal actions. We need to see more and more justice and fair, and we need to see the human rights principles are shown in Palestine. Not just it is not selected only for some nations. It is for all.
What kind of activities and aid required by Palestine right now?
Actually, people of Palestine only looking for stability, peace, establishing their own state, independent state with Al-Bayt al-Muqaddas, Al-Quds as it is capital, right of return for Palestinian refugees which was losing their homes and transfer from their own homes and land in 1948, and all their children and grandsons going back to their own homes which was transferred from it in 1948. This is what we are looking for that. This is the justice, this is the fair peace which we are looking for. Our hands is still waiting for getting partner from Israel's side. As you know, Palestine, before 1948, there is no Israel. They came and restoring our homeland and established their own state, over 78% of Palestine. In 1967, they occupied the rest of Palestine to become 100% of Palestine under occupation. We accept to getting only 22% of our homeland to establishing our own state over it. And even with that, Israelis refused to make peace. And their ideology is the good Palestinian, is the dead Palestinian. We don't like to dead, we like to live in peace and in stability with all the international society and all our neighbors.
Mr. Nadir, Egypt is your neighboring country, and it is one of the few Muslim countries which is having diplomatic ties with Israel. Now, US has appreciated the role of Egypt for ceasefire. How do you view the role of Egypt for maintaining ceasefire, as I would say stated by US government?
We actually appreciate any solution, any ceasefire will save more and more our dear people, blood and souls. We appreciate any step in that side, but as I explained to you before, raising fire is important, but the most important that Israel, this is not the first war against Palestinian people. Israel attacked Gaza in 2008, 2009, attacked Gaza again in 2012, attacked Gaza at the third time in 2014, and attacked Gaza again right now in 2021. So Israel keep doing this all the time and always asking later on for raising fire. We said that Israel, as long as Israel feels secure from punishment, she will keep bad behavior and it will keep criminal actions. So according to that, we asking the international society, we asking the Muslim Ummah to make Israel pay the price for its own criminal action against the Palestinians, to stop doing this stupid issues which is keep doing against our people.